like you're trying to make whiteness as colorful as possible.
I know you have a wig on. Why are you sleeping with your...
Why did you approve for it to go out to the network?
Some of you know that you just get a script and you say, let's go.
You woke up today and said, I'm choosing to fight.
You know?
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today I have a very special guest. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Sacha.
What we've got in store for you today is we're gonna talk about what gives us the storyline, what makes us want to hurl, what makes us want to scream when we are watching either shows or movies. You get the vibe. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight to the video. Okay, a stereotype that I'm tired of is whenever you are watching something, right, and it's at some company or workplace or whatever, and the boss or CEO is a woman, she must always be Cruella. She must always be icy queen. She must always be a bitch and unlikable and isolated and have no friends and have no loved ones, have no partner, have no kids, nothing. It's just her, and it's her ruling over all of these little people who are terrified of her. It's getting boring.
It is a tired story.
We're sick of it.
It's 2021.
There's so many bosses.
Like, the mean girl thing, it's tired.
We're over it. Like we appreciated it in, you know, when was The Devil Wears Prada? Yes, that was the show. When was it out? Whenever The Devil Wears Prada came out, it was good for that time. It was fine. But now, in 2021, let it go.
It's just not working.
Let it go, baby. Let it go.
I want to start with the opposite. What I'm liking in some films that I'm seeing right now is a new sort of show of love. I think I was getting tired of the we fall in love and it's turmoil.
Okay.
And then after it's turmoil, it's crazy sexual activity. And then we're done. But like, that's all the film shows you, you know? The film shows you fights, and then it shows you sex. And it's like, oh my gosh, we didn't even see these people fall in love. For real, we saw them go on a date or so. You know, that's really tired.
So okay, let me see if I get what you're saying. So what you're saying is what is tired is the unrealistic timeline, and like you only see the chaos.
Yeah.
You only see chaos in relationships. You see people meet, they go on one date, they are in some sort of all-consuming infatuation for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. You don't even spend with their friend. It's just them. It's just them.
And then it's toxic fights.
And then it's
makeup sex, and that's it. You don't even know if these people like each other as people.
Another thing that's obviously tired, I will obviously mention it, is queer pain in movies. Like, let's just be informed and just exist sometimes, you know? Just have a hobby, just have friends, just be talented. You know, not every day I must be in pain. Not every day I must be dying, you know. My family must be kicking me out, you know, like,
not every day I must be homeless.
Exactly, not every day, like, not every day. Like, granted, that's people's realities, but guys, let's also be like, I don't know, chef, soccer player, something, you know.
Okay, so another thing I'm tired of is the black best friend who is rowdy, who is up there, who is ghetto fabulous, who knows Ebonics from A to Z.
Especially because she never gets her own story. She is just the best friend. She doesn't have a mother, she doesn't have a partner, just nothing. She's just, and in not having a partner, she's, I feel sometimes over-sexualized. In terms of, she wants everybody. You have a whole conversation, this man passes, ooh, everyone.
And she always wants everyone, but she's very seldom desirable. Stop that. End it now. The biggest one, the biggest one is Africa. Africa is a continent, okay? It's a continent. There are about 52 countries, I think. I could be wrong, but many countries on this continent. Different ethnicities, different nationalities,
Accents.
languages, different accents. I just have to bring that up.
Because that's one thing that really bothers me.
And you guys think that this is old. You think this stereotype only exists for coming to America. I kid you not, a month ago, I was watching, I wish I could remember the name of this movie. You know, I'm gonna insert the name. Yeah, okay? This movie that came out. Basic plotline, some woman goes to South Africa, falls in love, and thinks she's gonna get engaged, but then things just go sideways, okay? When I tell you, they got the attire wrong, they got the accents wrong, then it was just, I couldn't even finish it. I left my family alone to watch something because I was like, guys, this is not what we speak like. This is not what we look like. This is not how we act. This is not what we wear.
I'm sorry. I just thought of one that in South African film especially, and maybe I think also American film does it, but in a movie about black people, black pain, the rurals or whatever, there is always that one white child who is friends with all the black people because they can speak an African language. Like, it'll be made about it. And Freaky Junior here speaks Zulu. So now when our Sipo are going to attack Mahriki and John, they are gonna say little Freaky. And I'm not saying Freaky must die. I'm just saying every single movie about black pain, there is that one savior. Like, bro,
The white savior complex, it needs to end. It needs to end. And always when they have that one white character amongst all of this blackness, that white character does the most significant thing to help the issue. The most. They're the ones who actually change the tide.
please. How are you 5-year-old and changing the minds of the whole country?
Why is that?
Now the whole country, all the black people are free because of you, you little freaking junior. But your father is the most racist person in the world.
Explain.
Where did you learn to be so open-minded? And
I personally have seen a freaky in my life.
And I'm not saying you cannot be an open-minded child with closed-minded parents, but this is an overused trope of always Sipo who works in the garden taught little freaky Zulu when he was young, and now he's gonna save the whole black nation. Please, man, relax. Please take us seriously. Please.
I just thought of another trope, but it's more common in South African. Well, I've seen it more in South African film and television more than American. I need you guys to stop associating wearing wigs with being airheaded. Whenever there is a character that they want to depict as airheaded or conceited or superficial, she must always have a lace front wig. She must always have a full face beads. That's it. And I'm like, why? No, but why is that? Are you saying that you cannot have a wig and be intelligent? You cannot have substance? Is that meant to be your entire character? Or are you saying that because we are out here with the afros, there is more to what is it that you are saying? What is it that you are saying?
Respectfully, I know some Afro-headed airheads. So, but I just feel like what you're communicating to me by saying that is that your face doesn't bang. I'm sorry, respectfully, like if you've connected beauty and just knowing how to, just put yourself together to be airheaded.
Sounds wrong. Okay, now I think we should just do like practices. I don't know what to call this category because it's just random things that happen often that annoy us, but unnecessary stereotypes. I've mentioned this before. I'm gonna mention it again. Why is it in everything that you watch? Breakfast time. It's in the morning. Every single dish is there. Muesli, croissants, poached eggs, smoothies. There's everything. But what are they gonna have? A slice of toast. Not even the whole slice. They're gonna grab that slice of toast, bite it, and go.
No, I'm on my way, I'm rushing.
Why is that? If you're on your way and rushing, why is there a full 3-course meal for breakfast?
Because at that point, your mother knows, or look at me saying, whoever's cooking knows that you don't eat that much. So why is this thing still a normal practice?
And it always happens in the middle of the week. It's not like it's a weekend relaxed breakfast. It's always Monday morning breakfast. What? Who does that? Nobody does that for breakfast. So what? The other thing that irritates me that I just thought of. In case you didn't know, you weren't aware. I'm specifically going to speak for black women because I am one. I can speak for them. I'm not sure about everybody else. But most of us, when we go to sleep, we cover our heads. Why? Our hair is naturally dry. We don't need the material of the pillowcases taking out the moisture that is naturally there. A. B. We usually have hairstyles that we don't want to mess up. So tell me why you be having us characters as black women, okay? Let's just be going to sleep. Vibes.
I can see all of that. I know you have a wig on. Why are you sleeping with your... What exactly is the reason for you to have a wig on and go to sleep? Like, come on.
Please, eh?
Please, cinematography is one thing, but not like that.
Please.
Not like that. Please. Like, have some pizzazz, take it off. And let's see your, I'm not saying let's see your cornrows, but something.
That's actually the best way to avoid this thing. Like, and the only exceptions I can think of are honestly either A, you have silk or satin pillowcases. Maybe, okay, fine. But that doesn't happen. In fact, the only character in a show where I've seen them making an effort to show you that they have those pillowcases, so that's why she's not wearing anything, is Olivia Pope. I promise it's the only one show I've watched where I've seen, okay, they did it intentionally because I can see she has silk pillowcases. Other than that, no. Even with your wig, I understand that sometimes you can get it installed and you can sleep with it for a couple of days. But even then, you wouldn't just sleep like that. You would wrap it. Like,
on the topic of sleeping, I hate when shows are horribly written. So they just put just a lot of sex to cover up for the fact that their storyline is horrible. You know? And this is,
there's no substance.
With respect to some really great writers. But man, every day you clapping cheeks. Like, where's the dialogue? And like, okay, cool, you're clapping cheeks, but why are your cheek clapping scenes so long? There was so much time for a story, something, you know? How did you get to clapping cheeks? What happened after you clapped cheeks, you know? During the day, did you eat a sandwich? You know what I'm saying? You drank some water, something else happened
To get you to this point.
I'm not a fan of teeth brushing scenes, but I don't know, brush your teeth for 2 seconds. Something. Fill up the episode. No need to clap cheeks the whole episode because I feel what that adds to a story is for us to know that, okay, these two people had sex. And that's an important part of the story. But we did not log into, you understand?
Yeah. We didn't want to watch this thing for sex.
Exactly. So like, we don't need to see an extended
and repeated. Like, your storyline should not just revolve around the bedroom. Unless perhaps, you are saying 50 Shades. Fine. I guess my other just annoying thing is when things don't add up. And maybe I only maybe it's because we studied film, okay? So we really notice these things. But I'm like, okay, you entered the kitchen, you grabbed an apple. How is it in the next scene you're drinking water?
You don't have an apple. Where's the apple?
Where's the apple?
Because like, in the next scene, it's not like you moved. No, you just went from one door, got out the door. But before when you open this door, you're holding an apple. So now, why? Where's the apple? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I think that really bothers me in film. And don't watch movies if you study film, drama. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Another thing for me is actors, And like, it's also continuity in acting for me. Because 1 minute they stole your car, next minute you forgot. Our car to the actors in this particular country. I just know, respectfully, because listen, I don't want to disrespect anyone in my field. But some of you know that you just get a script and you say, let's go. You don't say, oh my gosh, here's my character. what's their age, what's their race, you know? What's my particular relationship to the person I'm talking to? I'm not gonna speak to a 5-year-old the same way I'm speaking to my granny. Are you alright?
You chose violence. You woke up today and said, I'm choosing to be fine.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
You know what I chose? I chose the truth because no. Sometimes it's just not giving what it needs to give. Yeah.
Okay, this is going across the waters again, but another thing that irritates me. The world consists of 7 continents.
Not
the United States of America.
Not the United States.
The world.
You are not.
Please. They cause urgency in their situations. Like let's say they're trying to launch a rocket ship. You know, oh my gosh, the world will explode if we don't. Your country is not that good. We are so far from your problems are very far from us.
Our currency will go up. It's okay.
Disaster for you is not disaster for us all the time.
Our currency will say,
So
it's okay.
which world? Which one? But I suppose I don't know if this is just an irritation of the storyline or trope, or if it's just my beef with casting directors and diversity. But
I'd love to say too. I'd love to say too.
You are allowed to cast black women who are not mixed race. You are allowed to cast black women who are not light skinned. You are allowed to cast black women who don't have loose 3C curl hair pattern. You are allowed to. I promise there are many available for you to cast. Because I'm tired. Every day it must either be Zendaya or Amanda Still or Yara Shahid.
Go deeper.
Or Aisha, what's her name? Aisha.
Go deeper.
Please, please. And not to say, they don't have talent or anything like that. Not saying anything wrong with them. My beef is with you. You people who keep choosing them. My beef is with you.
And aligning with that, okay, I'll say the trope that I do like is this new 3 girls in a friendship thing. I like that, But let's talk about how in these friendships it will always be 1 white, 1 mixed race,
Or rat.
and then maybe 1 Hispanic, Mexican, or another white. You know what I'm saying? And in all these friendships, we've already decided, okay, let's have a multiracial friendship. Why every time we see Amala, we see,
It's like you're trying to be diverse, but you're not trying hard enough.
Too much.
It's like you're trying to make whiteness as colorful as possible. That's exactly what you're trying.
because there's that show, I don't know what it's called, but everyone is mixed with white in that show. I don't know the name of the show. I saw it in passing one time, but even the Asian guy is mixed with white, the black girl is mixed with white. And then one time they were having this cringe conversation where the Asian guy was saying, I'm blacker than you because I can speak African American when I do the English. And she could, I don't know what she could do that is that very Asian. And she was like, yeah, I'm more Asian. And I was like, who signed off on that?
Why did you approve for it to go out to the network or out to the streaming platform? Why did you do that? And I guess on diversity as well, but just things that give me the storyline ick. It is 2021. There is no reason for me to be watching your show or film if all of your main cast is Caucasian.
Is that still selling?
Go on any streaming platform. I promise you will still find modern shows that were filmed no later than 2019.
Personally, I'm bored.
And it's like the only people of color are your assistants. Are they your hairdresser you see once every 5 episodes? Are they why? No, honestly, why?
Oh, okay. It's kind of dying out though, and I like that. It's black pain. Right now, it's not necessary to still want to do a film on slavery, on apartheid, on. Listen, I understand. New filmmakers. Thing is, black pain will always exist. If you want to say do a film based on Marga, based on the things that are currently happening right now. I understand, I get it. But I think, especially South African film, the main selling point for years, not even for theatre was worse. Hey,
You be struggling. It be painful. And here's my thing. You know what? It is a time in our history. Do stories set in that time? But you know how many things were happening other than us dying? There was so much more happening than us just doing and dying. So that's my thing. I don't know if you're trying to say this, but I'm like, it's not saying don't set stories in that time. Don't talk about what life was like during that time. But it mustn't always be the premise is just pain. And all your black characters, the only thing that characterizes them is pain.
And they're just doing, and they're just living in fear, and bro, you get it.
It's not every day I want to be angry white people. It's not every day.
I have a real life for that.
Oh, do you know what used to irritate me when I was watching Sex and the City is that Carrie used to always wake up with a bra.
Sex and the City, rip.
I love that show, guys. I love that show. But why are you waking up with a bra? A whole push-up bra. The straps are here. It's the straps of your nightgown and the straps of the bra. But you're opening your eyes. Why?
I wish you found this thing.
Every time. Every single time. Another thing that annoys me now that I'm aware of it is your character. Okay, no. Let me just say this. Being in an oppressed group cannot be the beginning and the end of your character. So for example, being queer cannot be all there is to this person.
And it can't be the story.
They cannot be, because you think that you're creating a three-dimensional character because this person is gay. No.
It's so 2D. It's so 2D.
Your sexuality cannot be the beginning and the end of your story. It is a very significant part of your story, yes. But, dude, do you like Doritos? Do you have a good relationship with your man? What are your career goals? What do you like in life? What are your love languages? Hey?
Maybe I'm a criminal. I want to do a robbery, something, you know? Yeah, I think that's a trope I really hate. I really, really hate when they take whatever oppressed group you're in and they make it about. That's it. That's all it is to you. You. That's what the film is about. This is a gay person. And that's the film. Okay. If I said the film's about a white woman, what about her?
What are you interested?
She's a white woman, okay? Same. This film's about a gay woman. Okay. What does she do? Does she eat? Does she go to the restaurant? Does she get her heart broken? Does she, you know? Back to casting, I don't even want to start how casting directors love to only cast feminine women. But except Lena, my girl, you have your problems, but shout out to you.
We see your work. We see what you're doing.
Exactly. My last trope that I hate is Islamic woman.
Okay.
Right? And listen, different people of all religions have sometimes felt that their religions are oppressive to them and they've left them in some way or form. But non-Muslim Islamic people love stories where Islamic women find their freedom from letting go of their religion. You know, I'm not Islamic, but no one is writing about Christians finding their freedom from leaving Christianity. You understand what I'm saying? And that is a reality that happens for some people, but not all the time. And it would be disrespectful. As a Christian, I feel like it would be disrespectful for someone to make it seem like, you know,
my freedom is associated by letting go of my religion and spirituality.
Exactly.
And also, the freedom that they get is always linked to being more closely associated with the West. It's always, I went on a trip to New York.
Exactly.
Suddenly,
Now she takes off her hijab. Oh my gosh, she's a brand new person. And this guy must say, like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful without your hijab. Okay. When I see her face before.
So you only liking her with her beauty now that she is shedding what you think she
And you
should.
check the writer, it's always a Caucasian.
I think basically what we're getting, the essence we're getting in this video is that most of these problems are because y'all don't have enough diversity off the screen.
And you guys don't know how to respect people. Their religions, their beliefs, who they are.
Yeah. And we get it. No, you cannot be all things to all people. But that is why storytelling is collaborative. That is why you are meant to have a room full of people who have different experiences than you, different privileges than you, different levels of oppression than you. That is the only way you can try your absolute best to have less of these things that give us the ick.
A writer's room is important. You know?
Hey, and it starts there.
Exactly.
It starts there. We get it. You specialized screenwriter. You wrote this by yourself. This is meant to be your tickets to Hollywood. We get it. But as soon as you get enough people invested in it, as soon as it becomes a big enough project, you need people who are going to give you a different perspective. It cannot just be yours. It cannot just be yours. I think that's all we can think of in terms of things that give us the storyline ick. Even the sun is trying to kick us out now because she is fried. She must be fried at this stage. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, if you liked our runs or whatever, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. Okay, and once you're done with all of that, head over to this channel. She is QueerX on the YouTube. Leave her some love. Let her know that you enjoy what she is doing out here on these YouTube streets. But other than that, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one.